Okay, we're live. Hello, it's Bill, the knee pain guru. Today is Friday, November 5th, 2021. We're going to talk today about knees. What do we got here? Let's see. Help with knees even if you have no money. Okay, it says, this is from Catherine. She writes, "Hi, Bill. I live in Canada. I cannot afford a membership. I do believe that you make a lot of sense. Thank you for all that you say. I do not have constant pain. What I have is stiffness in my legs when I walk. I have to walk slowly, and then the bone under the knee will hurt when I walk. Also, walk side by side like a penguin. Blessings, Catherine." Okay, Catherine, we got a solution, and I waited. Catherine wrote this actually to me a while ago, and I held off on doing this video and answering her question because I had been working on something with my website to get set up so those who are struggling can still get support with the format that I'm working to help people. So I have Knee Club. Knee Club is my membership program, and that is where you get access to my live coaching, the videos in the members area, as well as the private Facebook group. And we meet on calls twice per week on Mondays and Thursdays. And I customize the program to what you have dealing with your knees. We focus all around creating comfort in your knee joint, getting the pressure off of the tiny little nerves the width of an eyelash that are being squeezed, sending a signal to your brain that you have pain. And what I do is I work with these clients in a live Zoom call. So you got everybody's in a box and they raise their hand or they unmute themselves and they tell me what they have going on now, today, what they're dealing with, and then I give them specific videos in the members area. Now, those are the paid members. They have their questions answered when they show up on the call, or they can post them in the Facebook group and present them to me, and I will address those. However, this is addressing Catherine's question, which if you do have questions, please enter those in the comments section. And make sure to give the video a thumbs up and like and subscribe to the channel. So to help Catherine, what I'm doing is I'm setting it up so you can actually go to my website, opt in, and then you get the information on how you can watch the trainings that I do for my Knee Club members. So you can actually go down below the video. It's in the description, and it goes into where you can get on my mailing list, which gives you the information to watch these live trainings in Knee Club. Now, I'm referring to it as Knee Club Lite. So you can watch the trainings. You can get access to my trainings of the other members. However, you can't ask questions. You don't have access to the actual videos, but there's lots of great content and information as I'm describing to the members on how they can get help. So this is like, a happy medium here where you can get help and support, no cost to you. And once again, if it works for you to sign up for Knee Club, you can sign up for Knee Club at any time. If you have questions, please enter those in there. I see there's something here. Let's see. Kim says, "I have money, but I can attest your videos have helped me much." Well, thank you, Kim. Appreciate that. And she laughed. Okay, let's see. Vince, what does Vince say? "I had my meniscus snipped about 10 years ago on the left knee inside. It's bone on bone now. Is there anything that can be done about this so I can run and jog again?" Yes, absolutely. Vince, this brings up a concept that I talk about get much deeper in my programs called tensegrity structure. Tensegrity structure is, you could think of like a bicycle wheel. You could think of like Epcot Center. You have, let's use a bicycle wheel, for example. You have the rim, you have the hub, you have the spokes between the rim and the hub. When the balance of tension between the rim, the hub, and the spokes is all correct, the wheel is true, the wheel is straight, it's going to be efficient when it rolls, and it's also going to be able to support the weight of a person or even heavier on that bicycle wheel. The body is very much that same type of mechanical structure. Your body is a tensegrity structure. It's a series of pulleys and levers. Now I'm going to tie this right into your meniscus and the bone on bone and all that. Each joint is a tensegrity structure. You have ligaments and tendons that hold the tension of the joint. And when that tension is balanced with the tendons and ligaments and muscles and fascia and fluid, when that's in proper balance, what happens is it takes the pressure off of the joint. Now, that tensegrity structure also goes out to the rest of your body. It goes in your legs, your hips, your lower back, your ankles, your feet, up into your shoulders and neck. Tensegrity structure in your entire body. The more we hold stress and tension and, diet has an effect, water has an effect on our tensegrity structure, we can have parts of our tensegrity structure that collapse and begin to rub and wear and cause pain. The joint begins to dehydrate. We get diagnosed with arthritis. The pain gets worse, rubs more, becomes bone on bone over time. Now, the idea with the direction that I'm coming from is when we create comfort in the knee joint, focus on creating comfort, we begin to reestablish the balance of tension within the joint. We also begin to reestablish the balance of tension in the rest of the body. We're specifically focusing on shifting neurological states to be able to do that. We're moving the body from a sympathetic fight or flight state that happens when we're in pain, and we move it to a parasympathetic state, which is a rested and relaxed state, a state that the body is able to be out of pain, heal, and recover quicker. So what I do in my program and what I would do with you is begin to ask you specifically on the inside of your left knee. Is it at the knee joint? Is it slightly below the knee joint, slightly above the knee joint? And I would assign you specific videos. So for the inside of the left knee, it would be module 40. If it's slightly below, it's going to be module 3. And if it's slightly above, it's going to be module 5 in the pain pattern interrupt section. Now, what we would do, you would begin to work on those, and you're going to have an experience of what goes on in your knee, in that area, working with those 3 pain pattern interrupt videos. Now, it could be you feel module 3 relieves the pain incredibly. You can have module 40 that doesn't do a thing. And you can have module 5 that can possibly make the pain in the knee worse. From that feedback, that information, I'm going to tweak and adjust to see, well, maybe you need to hold the pain pattern interrupts longer. Maybe your body's dehydrated and we need to drink more water and do those same exact videos, do those same exact pain pattern interrupts to see how the water changes your system and how your knee feels. Maybe we look at relaxing tension in your hips and lower back, because when there's pain in the knees, especially bone on bone, what's happening, and there's lots of tension in the hips and lower back that are throwing the pressure down into the knees, causing the knees to jar when you walk. So we relax the tension in the hips and lower back. See what it does with your knees. We don't know. All I can go on is my past 2 decades of experience of what has worked or didn't work in working with both myself and with clients. So we take that information into account, give you the work, your homework, you work on this, and we're focusing on comfort. What is going to relieve the pressure in that inside of the left knee? And how does it turn out? So we're testing. We're constantly testing. And I'm just drawing on my experience to see how that shifts and changes. If that makes sense, give the video a thumbs up, like and subscribe to the channel. You feel free to ask questions about what you have going on with your knee. Vince continues to write here. I haven't been able to do much on it ever since I did the surgery. And here's what happens. The surgery, and this is an important, managing your expectations when you go to a doctor. Doctors have a very high level refined skill set. And that skill set is to repair what's broken or torn in your knee. In this case, you had a meniscus tear. So their job, very refined, specific job, is exactly what they did. They snipped the meniscus to make the knee mechanically sound. Because when you have a meniscus that's flipping around inside the knee, it can get caught. It can cause pain. It can tear worse, which causes more pains. And you can have a lot going on with a torn meniscus. When you go to a doctor, you get that meniscus cut. They are doing their narrow focused expertise in their skill set. That meniscus, when it's snipped, does not mean the knee will be out of pain. Does not mean you'll regain range of motion again in the knee. Does not mean you'll be able to get your knee back to the way it was before, because the doctors do not know or do not have an understanding of the body in a realm that understands why the neurology tenses up to protect itself. Now, this is not a knock against doctors. It's like saying, being upset at a plumber because it doesn't know what an electrician does. It's apples and oranges. What you're talking about is a unique skill set to doctors, and that's what you want to use them on your team. You need to have a team of people in order to be able to bring information into your scenario so you can get back to running and jogging again. If this is making sense, Vince, give the video a thumbs up. If you got more questions, ask them. But we need to understand what doctors are good at and what they're not good at. And we want to be able to utilize their skill set for what they're good at, and then look for help and support in other areas where they're not. In understanding the neurology of the body, the source of pain. Now, they get it from the sense that they can numb it with prescription drugs, pain-killing shots. They can assign you physical therapy, but you have to take into consideration if physical therapy is putting you in, if you go to one physical therapy session and you're in pain for 3 or 4 days later, is it really helping? The reality of it is I've had clients that I've worked with that they had to take prescription drugs just to make it through physical therapy. There's something not quite right. There's a time and a place to push the physical body. However, when you're in pain, start out in pain, pushing through pain is not going to get you out of pain. The shortest distance between you being in pain and you being out of pain is comfort. And that's what we need to focus on. So, okay, Vince, that may have been a longer explanation than you may have wanted, but it's important that we look at the bigger picture of what we're dealing with when we get into getting the body to heal. The body wants to heal. It defaults to healing. When it's not healing, there's something in the way preventing it from doing so. And we don't really need to do more. We actually need to do less. We need to remove what is preventing the body to heal. So, okay, if you have questions, please enter those in the comments section. Good job, Vince. Enter in the comments section. If you want more information, once again, you can sign up for Knee Club Lite. I just got that set up last night. you can go to thekneepainguru.com. You can check out, there are a couple of trainings up there right now from last night. We had a knee club call, and then Monday's knee club call. So you can get an idea of how I work with my clients. Let's see. There's also, if you're interested in having a consultation, all of this is in the description box below. You can sign up for a consultation. You want to talk to me about your specific knee situation. And then there's also a link. You can sign up directly for my group coaching, which is knee club. And then there's the private coaching, which is one-on-one. We talk about what's going on with your knee. I give you the same information. It's just a different format. I don't see any questions coming in. We got Ken's question. Was it Ken? Vince's questions answered. You're welcome. I'm glad you liked it. Yes, I've worked with a lot of people with bone on bone and got them back to doing what they wanted to do, whatever that is. The big thing is it's a mindset thing. That's why I do these videos. There's a lot of people that kind of still want the pill, the drug, the surgery, the shot, that kind of thing. And that's fine. Do it. Thanks, Vince. Awesome. It's just not me. I'm looking at how can your body heal? What can we do to set up the conditions so your body can heal? Okay, Vince, we're going to do a little work. This is cool. You want to run. But between where you're at and running, there are a bunch of little baby steps. There's a bunch of little baby steps. And what we need to do is we need to break that down to create your movement to get smoother and smoother and smoother. So you can stand up without pain. You can sit in a chair without pain. You can drive without pain. Then walk without pain. And then we start doing mobility without the leg being weight bearing. So that means we get the body moving without stressing the joint. We want to get like thin slicing the process, because too many people, they make this mistake over and over again with either physical therapy or exercise or something like that. They'll be on the couch, icing their knee, doing the RICE therapy, rest, ice, compression, elevation. They'll do the RICE therapy, but as soon as they get off the couch, now they're trying to jump back in and do the activity that they would like to do. Their body isn't ready for that. We have to step it back to a place where how can we get the knee comfortable? How can you work on the couch to get the knee more and more comfortable? Change the neurology in the knee, change the dysfunctional tension pattern that the body took on as a result of protecting from the knee injury or whatever happened, surgery, to get the knee more comfortable. So then when it's already more comfortable on the couch. It's easier for you to get up off the couch. It's easier for you to walk to the bathroom, walk to the kitchen, walk to your bedroom. You sleep better. That's immediately going to put the body in a place where it's going to heal faster. It's going to recover faster. And then we just keep stepping it just a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And what happens is your mind can comprehend. It's not going to fear the next activity you're going to do. It's able to go, oh, yeah, I could do that. I could try that. And you build more and more confidence in your body's ability to heal and your ability to get your knee out of pain in case something happens. So we just keep moving you closer and closer, and pretty soon you're testing your knee's ability to run. We're not going to go run 30 minutes. Maybe just try it. Maybe some light jogs on grass or something like that. And then we come back, we reconvene. We talk about what worked, what didn't work, where the knee hurt, where'd you feel tension in the hips and lower back. So we just begin to work with that process. So you want to run without pills. Let's see, you want to complete healing and functions to still coach sports effectively and have fun participating. Yeah, that's all good. And you could see, Vince, if you're a coach, you have to break it down for your players. You have to break it down if it's kids or whatever it is. If they're not getting something, you just can't load more things onto their plate if they're already confused. They already don't know what to do. And that's all we're doing. I get to be your knee coach. So any activity has instant swelling. So we have to look at, is the instant swelling a result of bending the knee or pressure on the knee or rotation of the knee? We have to look at the intrinsic movement in the joint. Intrinsic movement, well, let's go back. Gross motor movement is extension and bending of the knee. And intrinsic movement is slight rotation, side to side, forward and back, apart and together, and tilting of the knee joint. And when the knee joint, and this is what happens when you have bone on bone, you have a collapsing of that joint, so it's not able to articulate onto itself. So by working with the intrinsic movement, you begin to relax the tension in the joint, get the pressure off of the nerves, and then now the blood and the oxygen and synovial fluid is able to get into the joint. And this ties in when we were talking about water. If you need to drink more water, when you drink water, if the joint's tight, even if you have enough water, it can't get in the joint because it's squeezing too tight. Okay, so you demonstrate to your players. Let's see, even cornhole creates swelling with weight on opposite leg. Yeah. So we have to look at balancing the pelvis, balancing the tension in your hips and lower back. We have to look at creating comfort in both knees to relax the body and move you forward. So, of course, it's going to take time and energy on your part. This isn't a quick fix, although we can begin getting relief in the very first week. So, anybody have any more questions? Yeah, Vince, so I get pretty bored pretty quickly. And this has been a 20, let's see, I blew out my knee in December of 98. Surgery was in June of 99. I started taking classes September, October of 99. So it's been quite a journey, and my program incorporates martial arts, body work, things, everything you're doing for yourself to get your knee out of pain. And if you're not getting something, the people that don't succeed in the program, let me put it to you that way. The people that don't succeed in the program are the ones that don't do the homework. I mean, it's like no secret that with anything in life, you put your time, focus, and energy on is what you'll reap rewards from. And I will give you as much as you're able to handle. I could give you a laundry list of things, but that doesn't mean you necessarily have the time or the ability to integrate all of those things. So sometimes it's just like 3 little baby steps that if you work on 3 little baby steps, you're going to progress forward much faster and much easier with 3 little baby steps than if I give you the whole laundry list of everything you need to do. Because what tends to happen is the neurology rejects the change, which is why so many New Year's resolutions don't work. They don't stick because people try to do too much at once. Let's see what Vince has to say. I teach my kids biomechanics and how to work their bodies right. And it's the same thing. The ones that don't succeed are the ones that don't put in effort. Yeah. But when they do, man, it's cool. It is cool. So, and a lot of times, the reality of it is we're going to screw up. Like, we're human. We don't have time. We didn't get a chance to do it. It slipped our mind. And it's not a bad or wrong thing. We just need to step it back a little bit and go, okay, what was going on in your busy schedule? Well, it was because I was standing all day at work. Great. Then let's modify what we're doing so you can do it standing at work. Or let's modify it so you can do it while you're sitting at work. Or when are your breaks when you're walking all day? And we see how we can incorporate creating comfort and changing the neurology in your knees when you do have time. And what happens is that begins to change the neurology, meaning your body isn't in as much pain throughout the day, which means at the end of the day, if you're in less pain, it's going to be easier for you to sleep and recover faster and do it the next day, because now you have the tools to be able to do it. So let's see what else. Okay, that's what we got. Vince, I appreciate you, man. These are great. This is great feedback and all that, and I'd be happy to help you. If there aren't any more questions, what I got is a short video that I'll play for you to kind of check out what we got going on here. I will play that for you. If you're watching the replay and you have any comments or questions, please enter those in down below as I get those, and I use those for future videos. So make sure to give the video a thumbs up, like and subscribe to the channel. Share this video with your friends, family, and loved ones. I appreciate you all very much. This is Bill Paravano, the Knee Pain Guru. Have a wonderful day, and check out this video.